Hey everybody, this is Stephanie. Welcome back. I am going to complete December daily of 2019. The previous video I just shared on this channel was stories 1 through 5, so I'm just going to keep moving along. This insert is the backing of story number 5, so let's move on to story number 6. It is to document a date night. You guys, looking back at this, I just love it so much. So I went ahead and did my journaling before I printed out this 4x8 pattern paper from the collection. I'm still working with the Candy Coated Christmas by Tracery Designs. The colors are just so beautiful, and obviously it's Christmassy. It just works out. So I did leave a blank dead space there at the top of this pattern paper on the left just to be able to add either like a stamped image or some embellishments. I went ahead and went with these two stickers that kind of just went with it perfectly. It says making memories. So now I need to get my 3x4 photos and mat them with some pattern cardstock or pattern paper, which I will do that here in a bit. I'm still kind of on the fence on what colors that I want to bring in. And I'm going to pull out some of the stickers thinking maybe I want to add something, which the only thing I end up adding is the number 6, where that sticker is actually at on my husband's shirt. So while I debate on my sticker choices here, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the story. This was a date night that we actually went to go dancing, and I love to date my husband, and I just feel like it's our moment to reconnect and to go back to the beginning of how our family started. It started with us two, and it just brings me back to reconnect with this man before he was, the dad, and before I was the mom. And I just really enjoyed reminiscing on this, especially since looking forward to 2020 when there was just no dates in the cards due to COVID, and even for 2021, the dates are very few. So I'm just definitely taking this as an appreciation to reflect on this memory. So I found some pattern papers from the collection. They're the ledger cards that you can print with or without the dates. And hindsight, this grade would have worked out just fine. It does complement the title that I have at the bottom, but for some reason I switched it out, and I'm okay with that. So here I added the number 6, and I'm gonna call that complete. All right, moving on to story number 7 here. I have a 4x6 photo of my toddler. This is back when we had no baby gates, so he is a year old and he is starting to be mobile. So he went into the boys' room and he started to pull all their books out. I have this photo of him all around books, and I love it. I am a reader. I love to get books for the boys as well. So to see him kind of going in the same footsteps, I had to document it. The 3x4 photo on the upper left portion is just some yarn that I found that I thought would be perfect to crochet Henry's baby blanket. So I just documented that. Moving to the right side of the spread, that 4x8 photo is of myself with my coffee and my robe. So that definitely represents my Christmas PJs for the season. Really quick, I showed the bag that I got from Amazon of just a bunch of pom-pom trim. I have seen so many videos, December daily videos, that they add this type of texture in, and I wanted to try it out for myself. I did use hot glue, and I placed it underneath the photo so that way I can sandwich between the next photo that's going to go on the other side, so that way it can kind of show on both sides, and I really like that. I did pause the camera and switch things up a little bit. I went ahead and did this little cluster of stickers just to complete those two stories. So we're moving on now to story number 9. Again, I have to mention I love that peak of the pom-pom trim coming to the story as well. Alright, I grabbed out this full-size pattern paper here. It is from the collection, however, I did print it on vellum, and I just love that different style or specialty paper. So it's just nice that you're able to do that. You can also print on acetate, you can print on fabric, and I had to touch my pom-pom trim there. I love that texture. Definitely going to be doing that more. Really quick here, I'm showing you the method or my aim for this story is I crocheted this big blanket here that I intended for our queen size bed. However, my husband loved it so much that it fits him perfectly on the couch, so it became his winter blanket for the season on the couch. But he was not the only one who loved it. My toddler did as well. So I like the peekaboo of pulling out that additional photo, and it's like he was under the covers. Now, I want to mention that vellum paper that you see there. I intended it to be the other side to face for the future story that's coming up next. So I wanted it to be there so that way I can make the pocket. It's my base for that for this story, but I didn't need it to be facing this way. I really wanted it to uh, show for the following story, but I forgot, and so it gets it here the wrong way, and you'll see what I mean for story number 10. So this was story number 9. It was just to document this blanket, and there was some stickers within the collection, and it was a heart, so I thought I can bring that from the left side onto the right, and the sentiment there that I put on foam tape just says handmade with love, and I thought I was so perfect since this is a crochet item that I made. I went ahead and added a tab here so that way we're able to pull this photo out and have this little peekaboo method or style. Went ahead and placed my vellum 9 here. I did use the tiny attacher to staple this little guy on, and I call that done. And I'm going to move on to story number 10 here in a bit. I did do a stamp image on there, and it says cozy on that little tab because it just fit the story, you guys. As we get closer to December of 2021, I just want to get this documented. This is definitely getting me into the spirit of all things Christmas, you guys. Alright, here we are. This is story number 10, and now you can see why I wanted the vellum with the pattern paper facing this way to start this story. However, I'm going to take this in stride and just let it be. It still provides the color, pops of color on the left portion. I went ahead and grabbed the label and the sticker titles, and it just says Santa. Place the vellum number 10 there on the right upper portion. Now I'm debating if I want to place a pocket for the additional photo with all of us in it. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys, this was not a great experience. I don't like where we decided to have these pictures done. The Santa Claus was amazing. I just didn't like the fact that we did it at the mall, and it really dampened the Christmas spirit because it just really seemed like it was all about money. They had like a walk-in system, then they had, if you pay additional cash, you can move forward, but they weren't moving the people forward but 2 spaces, and then they wouldn't move them anymore, and then more people will come that were paying, so they would only move, and then they just kept the only people they were moving ahead of were the walk-ins, and it just didn't seem like there was a point for walk-ins, and it was, I know you have to make money in all the grand scheme of things, but it just really dampened the Christmas spirits for me. And yeah, so we have found a Santa here in our own town, and I'm just hoping for a better experience. So taking this as a face value photo, I do appreciate seeing my boys this young and having this photo, and I'm okay with just being able to document it and not going a step further and spending any more additional time on it, unfortunately. I do have a question for you guys. That additional photo I'm placing in a pocket. I did debate if I wanted to place the world journaling on there, and I guess, can admit that it wasn't the best experience, but at the same time, I don't want to dampen this reality to my boys if they were to read it. Comment down below and let me know if you would place those types of stories in your December daily. All right, we're doing the flip through. This is story number 6, 7, and 8. My little pom pom trim there. Story number 9. I really like the way that came out. And my little peekaboo, my son, my toddler. And then we have story number 10 of our trip with Santa, our visit, and the pocket here. I figured if I don't place any of the journaling, I can place some ribbon for them to pull it out. Anyhow, yeah, so I have future videos coming up soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.